And it is day 9 on Road to a Million, and my microphone is good. So this morning, started out, meditated, relaxed. Was going to go to the gym this morning, like I said, in day 8. That didn't end up happening. First thing in the morning, I ended up going at like 2 or 3 today instead. And then I got home and I started watching some YouTube videos. May take the rest of the night off, may do some other brainstorming. I did start reading through part of the 2-hour writer course that I started, along with listening to the Offer Creation Part 1 by Alex Hormozy. And I'm trying to just think of more ideas, I guess, on better ways to structure value instead of worrying so much about pricing and allow pricing to come after the fact. Because I need to deliver results first. Like, that's step 1. I have to be able to deliver results. I have to actually be able to prove that there is some value in what I am doing and what I'm saying. So that's going to be step number 1. And then obviously step number 2 is going to be me actually getting my first 5 clients, which I did write up some ads last night as well. And after I ended up going and doing yoga as well too, I ended up asking one of the yoga instructors like what their normal class sizes were, and she was telling me how it's typically 40 people per class, or at least that's how many people they can have in a single class. And she was saying that apparently the numbers have dropped since COVID. So that kind of gave me a good idea or a good feeling that there's actually some potential to be had there. I don't know. I guess maybe I do have to take a break every now and then just to be able to provide some sort of rest and relaxation. And I think that me going to the gym right after, like, say, finishing my 9-to-5 job, it kind of, I don't know, I guess I'm in the habit of like just relaxing and coming home and not doing much after I end up doing the 9-to-5 job. So that might be an issue possibly. The other thing that I have in mind is I probably will do some work later tonight after I eat dinner. I'm going to see how I feel. And even if I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to do it for at least an hour. Like right now, I didn't feel like doing this, but I was like, I have to do this because it's something that I said I was going to do. So I just had to put in the work to actually doing it. And I might watch another YouTube video. I might just relax today. I don't know exactly. Like, I do want to work. I do want to come up with ideas because once I get the juices flowing, it's hard for me to stop. It's, I guess, just a matter of getting them flowing, and then once they are flowing, it's like, okay, let's keep moving. And that's kind of what I've started to notice with this whole brainstorming Notion thing. And it's going to take work, and I have to remind myself that I can't get overwhelmed. I have to just focus on one thing at a time and not worry about 5, 6, 10 different other things. So I just have to be patient. I have to make sure I do it right, create a system, create procedures, just get something out there, just get the baseline, the foundation built, so that then I can start just bringing people in and see what I can do from there, because I do want to do my own thing. It's weird because after like I start going back to the whole 9-to-5 job, it's like, oh, this is just easier. I can clock in, I can clock out. But then it's also like I have to remind myself that just because I have a 9-to-5 and I have this income coming in doesn't mean that that's what I want to exactly be doing. Like when I took time off, like before starting this whole channel, this journey, essentially this documentation, that week that I had off was very meaningful because I was able to reflect. I was able to do the work that I wanted to do. I was able to just like think about myself and be creative and meditate and have the peace and quiet and just kind of, not even kind of, but enjoy what I was doing. And I want to be able to do more of that. And it's hard because after I go through my 9-to-5 job, I get back into this rut of like, oh, I made my calls, I close the deals, and then I go to the gym, and then I come home, and then I just want to sit down and relax. And I'm like, what is happening? Why do I have that mentality? And then like I look back, and there was this message from my 9-to-5 job that I got today where it was just like there's stats from like the whole week, Sunday to Saturday essentially. And then my director like responded back and he's like, who works on Saturdays and Sundays? And I'm like, that's the part that differentiates me from a lot of people out there. And it's obviously just dependent on my goals and what I want to do and where I see myself in life essentially. So I'm over here, I'm working on Saturdays and Sundays. Like I'm at least learning, I'm educating myself so that then I can get to the point to where I do have my own business, where I am helping yoga studios acquire new customers to be able to grow their revenue and their bottom line, essentially. So I do have that idea in mind, and that's what I'm going to be structuring my process on, being able to help them do that exact same thing. It's going to take some work. That's just what it's going to do. And like I said, I just have to constantly remind myself that it's just one thing at a time, and it's okay to take breaks. Like, I wanted to have a break today where, like, I just wanted to laugh. I wanted to enjoy a little bit of break. I'm going to make some dinner a little bit. And then I was like, I probably won't watch a movie tonight, because instead I was like, let's watch some YouTube. And I'm not going to go on a bike ride. I'm probably just going to go wash my bike today, just because she's dirty after the rainstorm that I was in yesterday. And then I have a plan on getting back to going and doing yoga for 2 to 3 days per week, which I've missed that. There's a couple of different studios that I want to try out. The problem that I was running into with not wanting to do these beforehand is they're like 30 minutes away, which, I mean, that's an hour out of my day right there. But then I was also thinking I could kind of use that time as a self-reflection period and or a self-education time for me to listen to something in the car, because most of the driving that I do is less than 10 minutes. So it's very hard to get like a whole like lesson learned in that short time frame. I did also read a couple of chapters this morning as well from a CBT book, just trying to understand cognitive behavioral therapy a little bit more, because I think understanding myself helps me understand others better, which then in turn allows for me to sell better, provide more value, and just become an overall better person. And then last night there was a thought that I had that I guess is a little bit, I don't know, it was a message, I guess, in a sense. Like, I was watching a movie, the Priest Exorcist, last night, and I was like, who's this audience for? Who's this? Who watches these types of movies? Because those aren't my type of movies that I watch. And then at the end, it was like, the devil got defeated and God won. That's just, I think, how everything else always is the good will always triumph the evil. The evil sometimes will get in our way. The evil will sometimes try to overcome us. The evil will try to persuade us to do certain things that might not be what we need to be doing. And that's why I'm like, if I have to take a break, if I need to relax, if I want to watch the YouTube videos, maybe that is quote unquote the devil trying to take advantage of myself, and I have to realize that that's not something that I need to succumb to. And then there's also lessons that I'm trying to realize that I have to learn as well too, because there has been a couple of times where some people don't want to be around me. And I mean, I don't know. I do genuinely believe that it's because I am different from most people. I think differently. I ask different questions. I'm much more introspective. I've spent a lot of time understanding myself, my own beliefs, my own understanding of me. And I think a lot of people aren't willing to, I guess, look at themselves in the same way that I look at me. And then when I do ask the questions that they might not be super thrilled about, they get kind of uncomfortable, which everybody does. I was getting uncomfortable when I first started out on this as well too. So can't really do anything about that. But I guess the big takeaway is there hasn't been any additional income that has come in on day 9, sadly. I have, and I will get more involved in the process and do some more brainstorming and maybe listen to another course later tonight after I eat dinner. At least that's the plan. I figure I'll watch one more YouTube video after I recorded this. I just needed to get up and take a little bit of a break to kind of reset my mind, I guess, and realize that like it's okay to rest and it's okay to treat myself to a little bit of like comedic relief or something like that, and watch some creators that I do enjoy. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think everybody does it. And yeah, so I guess that's the big lessons from day 9 is made 52 calls as well today. Didn't make any calls to the yoga studios that I wanted to reach out to. I did, however, I guess just brainstorm and come up with some ideas. Like, I have a whole page worth of notes right here from one of the courses that I was listening to, and then started to understand Notion as well to be able to take notes with that too. So, I mean, there are some good things that are coming. And then I actually did have somebody that wanted to work in with me at the gym today as well, which was nice. And then, yeah, just kind of probably take it easy-ish for the rest of the night. Like, I think breaks are good. And I guess for me breaking or having a break rest period is about every, what would that be? So I haven't watched really any YouTube videos since I got back. So it's been about 14 days or so, I would say. Let me double check on that. So yeah, I haven't watched YouTube videos or anything like that for about 2 weeks. So I guess if I just put up and wait 2 weeks or so before I watch any content from my creators online, I think that would be a pretty good way to structure it, because then I just get everything out at once. It's the same thing with what I did for anime for a while too. I'd only allow myself one episode per week. Same thing with what I would do for TV. I wouldn't watch any TV or anything like that for a couple of months, because I knew that it was a distraction. I knew that it was preventing me from achieving the things that I wanted to achieve. And now that I have a somewhat decent amount of income, but it's still the problem is I'm still being controlled. Not even controlled, but I still have to report to somebody else, which I'm not a huge fan of. I was thinking about this today, was our company that I work for right now is, we don't have price structures. It's just one price, and then you can have a discount, and then it's free essentially. And I was thinking that what I can do with the yoga studios that I'm selling to is I can have a tiered pricing. So it's if you want this, you can have this pricing. If you want to have these things, you can have this price. And if you just want to have the bare minimum, you can have this price. And then if you just want help, completely free and whatever it may be, and have tiered pricing for what I end up doing for them. So I do have that idea that I wanted to explore a little bit, and just going to start taking more notes and brainstorming. And that's the part that takes work, that I have to remind myself is it's not going to be an easy journey. It's going to be work, and I enjoy working, so I can't really complain about that, because it's just work. Work makes sense to me. I understand working. I understand reflecting. I understand patience, reading, balance, meditation. I just understand those things, and taking care of myself as if I was somebody that I cared for. So I'm just going to work harder. I'm going to do more, and I'm still going to give myself time to break as well. So just take that into consideration when, say, you are wanting to build $1 million company, or wanting to earn $1 million, or have subs, or whatever it may be. It's okay to rest. It's okay.